In the early 1900s, coal-powered America and the Rockefeller family owned the mines. Railroads ran on it, steel mills burned it, entire cities depended on it for heat and industry. Thousands of immigrant miners worked deep underground in Colorado for the Rockefellers' Colorado Fuel and Iron, extracting the fuel that powered the country. Conditions were brutal. The death rate among miners working for the company was more than double the national average. Explosions were common in the mines. In Los Animas County alone, 2 explosions killed 75 miners in one blast and 56 in another. Mine collapses and accidents were frequent, and the dangers of the work were simply accepted as the cost of doing business. But the danger didn't end in the mines. Workers lived in company towns completely controlled by the corporation. The company owned the houses, the stores, and even controlled what people were allowed to read. Literature considered politically dangerous was banned, sanitation was poor, and disease spread easily through the crowded camps. In a single year, 151 people in the company towns died from typhoid fever. By 1913, tensions had reached a breaking point. Miners organized a strike demanding safer working conditions, fair wages, and basic rights. When the strike began, thousands of workers and their families were evicted from company housing. With nowhere else to go, they built tent colonies along the hills of southern Colorado. Life in the camps was harsh. Families lived through cold nights, food shortages, and constant surveillance by armed guards. The company responded with overwhelming force. Private detectives were hired to infiltrate the strike movement. Local sheriffs and armed guards surrounded the camps. Colorado Fuel and Iron even built an armored vehicle mounted with machine guns that patrolled the area. The strike zone began to resemble a battlefield. Soon, the Colorado National Guard was deployed to the region, backed by company guards and local authorities. Soldiers positioned themselves on the hills surrounding the tent colonies, while tensions escalated day by day. Then came April 20th, 1914. Troops positioned artillery on a hill overlooking the Ludlow tent colony, where hundreds of miners and their families were living. Gunfire erupted across the camp. Tents were riddled with bullets as soldiers and guards moved through the settlement. Families ran for cover as gunfire echoed through the colony. A 12-year-old boy fleeing the camp was shot in the head. By the end of the day, the colony was burning. When the fires finally died down, rescuers discovered a cellar beneath one of the tents where families had tried to hide from the gunfire. Inside were the bodies of 11 children and 2 women, suffocated by smoke as the camp burned above them. The attack became known as the Ludlow Massacre, one of the most violent labor conflicts in American history. The Ludlow Massacre shocked the nation. Public outrage turned toward the Rockefeller empire, but the family responded quickly, hiring new public relations advisors to repair their reputation. Over time, the outrage faded. The Rockefeller empire continued expanding, untouched, and one of the most violent labor conflicts in American history slowly disappeared from public memory. But not from Origin of the Blood. Learn more about this and other events that have shaped your world.